What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video. And in today's video, guys, I wanted to discuss the FTC article about Genshin Impact and the $20 million fine. And we're also going to correlate this to Grand Cross and how this is going to affect the gacha landscape, specifically for 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. So let's talk about it, guys. Let's hop in and let's actually pull up the article here. So I do have the article pulled up right here, and let's kind of talk about exactly what's important in this article and, kind of why this is happening for Genshin Impact specifically, right? This is a pretty important thing, guys. So Genshin Impact's game developer will be banned from selling loot boxes to teens under 16 without parental consent. Pay a $20 million fine to settle FTC charges. So the game developer Cognosphere allegedly unfairly marketed loot boxes to children that obscured real costs and misled all players about the odds of obtaining prizes. So that's kind of the main gist of what they're going on with, guys. So I'll read this little paragraph here and we'll go down to the specific things that they're kind of, going to attack. But a complaint filed by the Department of Justice upon referral from the commission alleged that the Singapore-based Cognosphere Ltd. and the California-based subsidiary Cognosphere LLC, which do business in the United States as Hoyoverse, actively marketed Genshin Impact to children and collected personal information from them in violation of the Children's Online Protection Rule, right, the COPPA. The complaint further charged that Hoyoverse deceived players about the odds of winning particular sought-after 5-star loot boxes, with the prices, and how much it would cost to open loot boxes to win the prizes. It also alleged that the confusing virtual currency system that players had to navigate to open loot boxes and the marketing and promotional tactics used to entice players to open loot boxes were unfair to children and teenagers, which is definitely something to take into account, right? In Genshin Impact, if you guys haven't played, a lot of the currency in the game is very confusing. Just coming into the game as a new player, it's gonna be pretty hard to kind of know, do I use the Primo Gems for the pulls, or is it the Intertwined Fates or the Acquaint Fates, or how does that whole system kind of explain to someone brand new to the game, right? It's a little bit confusing. And so, yeah, if you scroll down here, guys, we got the COPPA violations. So these are the things that were violated under the whole thing, and is why Cognosphere will have to pay that $20 million penalty, right? So they're prohibited from allowing children under 16 to purchase loot boxes in their video games without a parental's or a parent's affirmative express consent. Prohibited from selling loot boxes using virtual currency without providing an option for consumers to purchase them directly with real money. Prohibited from misrepresenting loot box odds, prices, and features. Required to disclose loot box odds and exchange rates for multi-tiered virtual currency. Required to delete any personal information previously collected from children under 13 unless they obtain parental consent to retain such data, and required to comply with the COPPA, including its notice and consent requirements. So in terms of how Grand Cross does their purchases and their marketing, guys, is going to be mainly through their gems and their tickets. Now, this can be kind of confusing for someone coming into the game, but the nice thing about Grand Cross, and I would say that even above other gacha games as well, is that Grand Cross specifies how much you're getting in your pull for what you're getting. So if you do, as an example, let's say you buy power-up tickets, you're getting 1 draw on the New Year Festival power-up 1 draw, right? So on that banner specifically, but you're also getting gems, which if you actually go to the banner, it tells you how much gems are per how many pulls. So it would show here, if I didn't have tickets on for Sariel, it would say 3 gems for 1-time draw and 30 gems for 11-time draw. So it explicitly tells you how much gems that you need to spend in order to get the amount that you're spending, right? So if I do buy, let's say I go to the shop and I'm like, okay, I see the banner and I'm like, okay, I want to do maybe 5 multis, right? Then you're gonna have to buy 5 multis worth of diamonds, so that would be 150 diamonds. So we don't even go to there. Even if we go to like bundle section, right? We go to bundle section, you see this right here, 102 diamonds plus 198 diamonds, that's 300. That would give me 10 multis right there, right? We know that because it's 30 times 10. So I feel like Grand Cross does this pretty well overall. I think my main complaint that I would say against Grand Cross that they might have, and this would be definitely related to power-up tickets specifically, but would be with the way they have their pity system. So Grand Cross's pity system is pretty generous, honestly, if we're really thinking about it, right? You have a 300, 600 on a 600 banner, but then on a festival banner, you have a 300, 600, 900. And they do specify here at the 300, the 600, and the 900 that you're going to get a 100% chance at a SSR or UR grade character, right? I think it should definitely say that it should say or, probably, and or, right? It should probably have and or here, but it says a total of 100% for both of them. And then it shows you what the rates are for each of the characters available that you can get at these loyalties, right? At these pities. And then at the 900, it explicitly has the character here, but what it should do is tell you that you get the character guaranteed. So it doesn't even really say it, it just shows you get the character, right? So I guess if they would kind of like explain it as well, just so that people that are coming into the game that don't really know would be, you know, informed, that would be a lot better, 100%. And I think the main issue would definitely arise from the power-up banner in general, because this banner is not connected to the standard, you know, festival banner for Meliodas and Elizabeth, right? This is a whole separate banner, and it does not share pity, right? So if someone is looking into the packs and they're like, okay, you know, I want to summon on the banner and I see that power up has better rates, they're like, okay, you know, that seems, you know, worth it, bang for my buck, right? Like, I'm gonna spend on the power up tickets, I'm gonna buy those, I'm gonna get higher rates. And they don't know though that it does not carry over the pity, and that's something that I think could be a little bit predatory. Definitely something that, you know, people need to be kind of, you know, shown, and it needs to explicitly say that this is a separate, you know, kind of banner and the pity system for that, right? This one does not have a pity system, whereas these tickets for this one, they should specify that they're available to have for the pity, right? Like, these contribute to the pity. So I feel like that's Grand Cross's like main issue, but even then, guys, it's not really that bad. I feel like Grand Cross does this fairly well, and, you know, overall it should not affect Grand Cross too much. Now, if we're talking about, you know, the age rating of the game, I think every gacha game, in my opinion, should definitely be not tailored for kids, but for people that are above 18. Because gacha gaming, at the end of the day, guys, is gambling, right? We have to kind of, you know, address that at its core, right? At the end of the day, this is just kind of a gachapon simulator, and we're spending money to be able to pull characters. And that's something that kids should not be doing, right? And they should not be going on their, you know, their parents' credit card, buying packs, you know, getting all the characters. They should not be doing that, right? That's just, you know, I feel like that's common knowledge, right? So that's something that I think Grand Cross could definitely, you know, like tell you as well. Like, when I do a multi, it says 30 diamonds to draw 11 heroes. Different heroes appear in different draws, so check the rates beforehand. They do specify that, right? And that is a good thing. But what they need to do is, when you're purchasing a pack, they need to specify when you purchase the pack that, okay, are you sure you want to, you know, commit to buying, you know, 300 diamonds, right? 102 plus 198 diamonds. Or if they wanted to be even more straight up forward, why do they have to show 102 plus 198? Just say 300 diamond pack, right? 300 diamonds for 109.99 CAD, whatever, right? They need to just explicitly say the amount so that people know and they're aware. And just like, you know, any type of consumer that's getting into the game that sees these types of things, they need to be kind of explained to, right? They need to know what they're getting into, guys. So yeah, guys, that's definitely my main point overall, is that even though Grand Cross does it fairly well, they just need to have a barrier to entry for spending, right? If you're going to be spending on the game, they have to give you a notice saying, are you sure you want to spend this amount? This is the amount you're getting, right? That's what they need to do. I'm glad that Grand Cross does have the when you're about to do a multi, though, it does tell you this. This is great. This is actually a really good way to let you know, okay, you're gonna have different characters appear. Check the rates beforehand so you know what's coming. I think Grand Cross in that rate does it really good. But they definitely have to be, in terms of purchasing packs, letting you know, okay, are you sure you want to commit to this? Making sure that, you know, a parent is going to be doing it. And yeah, I mean, I feel like you just kind of have to be mature about it and know that it's going to be costing this amount of money to get this amount of gems, right? As long as it was kind of, you know, explained that way, then I think it's fine. And for the most part, Grand Cross does that, guys. So I don't think this is necessarily a problem for Grand Cross specifically, but this is just a gacha gaming issue as a whole, right? We're talking about all gachas here and how this really affects them. Grand Cross, to a lesser extent, you know, right? It's not as much, but definitely something that needs to be addressed. And so yeah, for other games and even just Grand Cross in general, they have to be more straightforward with about their rates, their you know, in terms of their purchases, and letting you know, okay, this is the amount of currency you're gonna get when you do your purchase. That is very, very important. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much my thoughts on the whole Genshin Impact lawsuit. Let me know what you guys think about it, though. Like, what are your guys' thoughts overall, and how do you guys feel about the whole situation? Did you guys even know this was going on? And yeah, I mean, how do you guys feel Grand Cross does it? I think overall Grand Cross does it pretty well. you know, we don't have too many issues with, like, you know, purchases and all that. But definitely some things can definitely be, you know, misleading. I think we've had issues in the past where Grand Cross has had things that have been misleading monetarily, right? You know, sometimes you feel like you're forced to spend money for a certain thing when they actually have it farmable, you know? So that's something that I think needs to be definitely explained in the game a lot better. And especially now with, you know, them getting to people under 16, you know, prohibiting people from under 16 playing Genshin Impact, that could be something that could carry over to these other gachas. And you never know, man. Maybe that's something that carries over to Grand Cross too and Netmarble, right, with their IPs. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But that's pretty much my thoughts right there, guys, on the whole, you know, article here about Genshin Impact and the $20 million fine. Let me know what you guys think about this and how this will affect Grand Cross. But that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. And we'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.